What is up, YouTube? Indiana Prepper here with you once again. And I'm hitting a little video. It's a little ride home from work video. Because I just got off my good old work day of Monday. You know, everybody loves a Monday. Coming out of the weekend. And, coming back to work, getting back to it. Clocking in for the master, But somebody's got to bring the paper home. Anyways, I just want to do a little quick video today, this afternoon. It's 5:12 here in the Indiana time, and it's already dark. Ain't that about a bitch? But, it is what it is. That's why I like my summer days. I can get off work, mow the yard, do me some outdoor activities. Now I get off work and it's, in the garage messing around because it's dark out type vibes. But doing a little video here. This is like a reply to Penball Preparedness video of I will not comply, And I think all of us prepper channels, we need to spread the awareness on this because it's a good movement. And Penball has some good points of this. And it's that we will not comply. We will not comply with anything that is going on in this 2020 year, because all of us that prep, we've been prepping for this moment. We don't just sit around prepping because just because of a tornado possibly going to hit, or just because a flood could happen, or a hurricane can hit, or wildfires can come tear your home up and you got to bug out from that situation. We prep for anything and everything. And I'm going to do a little backstory of why I started prepping. Is whenever I first had my daughter and I got, more concerned with being able to feed her, I kind of started getting more protective, and I actually turned into a father. Instead of just worrying about myself, I had to worry about this little infant baby that was mine. So I started getting more of that instinct, and I dug into YouTube. Because I had a job that, I had more time where I could listen to put a YouTube video on play, have my Bluetooth speakers going in my ears, and just listen to, videos, which that's what I do now. I kind of play videos, and it's more of it sounds like a podcast. I don't get to really watch them, so I do more of listening. So I started this digging into YouTube conspiracies and stuff about. It was around 2.5 years ago, and I got woke up to the fact that the government does not have our best interest in mind at all. We are just pawns in their little game. All the politics. I don't vote. I don't get involved in all that because it's nonsense. They're not elected. They're selected, and if you think any different, you don't think that this election this year is a big distraction from what's really going on, then you need to open up your eyes and get your blindfold off and get your face mask off as well. But so about 2.5 years ago, I finally opened up to realize that the government is against us and not for us. And I found a bunch of conspiracies of Walmarts are getting turned into FEMA camps, and they got mass amount of coffins. They got, I fell into, John X Army first came out, Richie from Boston, Marfugel News and all that stuff, it was exposing a lot of stuff that was going on behind the scenes. And I freaked out, and I thought, crap, what if the water gets turned off? What if we get cut off from going to be able to get food, and the grocery stores shut down, the gas gets cut off, and they can't get supplied? All kinds of stuff started happening. So I freaked out about 2.5 years ago or so. I freaked out, went and bought all kinds of food, and literally I broke my bank, freaking out. I was a panic buyer. I went and bought a large amount of diapers, a large amount of formula, and because I had a newborn then, and formula was like $17 a can, and I went and spent hundreds of dollars on getting formula and had it built up because I thought, the conspiracy theorist channels I was watching then made me think that, we had a couple weeks to prepare, and then after that we're left stranded. Well, all that passed. 2.5 years later, I have matured. I've realized what's really going on and dug into things and realized that, what's going on is out of our control. The only thing that is in my control is my household, my family, my neighborhood, all that other nonsense that is across the whole U.S. of just this political thing. That's out of my control. You can kind of worry about it in the back of your head, but other than that, you can just worry about your homestead, your house, what you got going on in your life. You got to stay positive through all situations possible. You can't be sitting around drug out because COVID-19, this big pandemic where it's basically another flu, but they tagged a name onto it and ran with it because it's part of a big reset, and they're going to crush everything. They want these small businesses, these mom and pops out of business. They want the Walmarts, the Sam's Clubs, the Menards, all the big chains. They want them running because I don't know if anybody's dug into Agenda 2021, Agenda 2030. It used to be just Agenda 21, but they've had to set it back to Agenda 2030. Look into that. I'll give you a quick rundown. That's where they want everybody to live basically in just California state, where you're living on top of each other in apartment complexes stacked sky high, and you own nothing. Anything you need, you have to rent it. You own nothing. You have no vehicles. Green New Deal. Everything's green. You're riding on a electric subway. Just drinking rabbit salad milkshakes. They want full control of everybody. They get control, and they want us crammed into these little cities, and the big wigs want to take over all the land, have that land for them, their families, and they want to push us into these little, it's basically like concentration camp type living, where they got control of us. They know when we're clocking in, when we're clocking out, what we're buying, because everything will be digital. Get rid of the fiat currency. Get rid of that. Let's give you, hell, if we're not going to give you an RFID chip right in your forehead or your wrist, we're going to give you, as you have now, a debit card. But this debit card is all you have. You don't need a wallet, because this is it. You swipe this card, you're getting into this grocery store. You come in, buy stuff. They know what you bought. You can only have a certain amount. Go to work. You clock in and clock out with this RFID chip or card. Clock in, clock out of your work. They know what time you go to work. Social score would be in effect in Agenda 2030, where you have a social score, and it's like a credit score, but with your social life. Say you, like you can barely do now, get on YouTube and say a cuss word, your social score would go down. So say you try going somewhere and getting a job, you have a social score, they'll be like, man, we can't hire you, said the F word last week. But so yeah, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, look into it. I used to watch the StopTheCrime.net. I'm not sure if they're still up and going. I know that they was getting censored and banned on YouTube a lot. It was StopTheCrime.net on YouTube, and they have a website, and they was spreading awareness to the Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 that was going on. That dude about pulled out in front of me. And so they got that. Hold on, I'm a little distracted because he threw me off. I was on a roll. But yeah, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, they want us, basically full control of us, and we own nothing. And I believe what we got going on this year is a main vehicle to start the beginning of this. So you have a big pandemic, they call it a pandemic, whenever the survival rate it's basically, it's like a flu that they just put a name on it and ran with it and calling it a big deal, and it's broadcasted. They could have done this with last year's flu, put a name on it, called it CV-19, and called it a big deal, kept the numbers on it. All the news stations keep an eye on it. It's going to seem like a big deal because they're making it a big deal. So they're making a big deal out of this CV-19, like it's, if we don't get this in check this year, we're all dead by 2021. And they're ushering in this magical shot. Ooh, we're just in time. And my thought is, I know for a fact that, because my girlfriend works in the healthcare, they are bringing this in, and they're going to give it to the healthcare workers first, and possibly, I'm thinking, the prisoners. Give it to them, say that they have to get it too because they are all in close contact, and probably use the healthcare workers and the prisoners as kind of lab rats, you'd say. So, say things start going bad with people in prison. People start losing eyesight. People start, going blind, and people feet start falling off. It happens in prison. They can kind of cover up some things, cover it up. Be like, oh man, this VAXX is going very south, but luckily we gave it to just some healthcare workers and people in prison, and we're figuring out that this is going wrong, this is going wrong, this is going wrong, and they can kind of figure it out, and they can kind of cover it up if they do it in prison. That's just a little thought of mine, and I don't think it's going to be available to the public until around the middle of 2021, maybe. I don't think it's going to be this first batch anyways. But yeah, they're ushering in this vax just in time, just perfect timing, because this CV-19 is just there's barely even anybody in the streets because everybody is just dying and passing away. And believe me, I'm one of the first to know that there is something going on, and it's my girlfriend works in healthcare, and they had a flu breakout about this time of year last year, and it resembled the COVID-19. They have a COVID-19 unit at her work. She just tested positive, supposedly, for COVID-19 last week. I'm thinking the tests got the COVID, whatever it is, the flu in the test probably. I know tests are like 30% accurate, 50% accurate sometimes anyways. I don't even know why they're using these tests and going with them. So this blows out of proportion. This COVID, this CV-19, it's a big deal. People are dying everywhere. Oh my gosh, they're bringing in semi trucks that's set up to have mobile freeze, where you freeze bodies, and just saying all kinds of stuff, and it's literally scaring people. My grandparents, my grandpa is literally like scared because of what is going on the news, and I told him, chill, don't worry about it. Even if there is something big going on like this, you've got to keep your positive mind up, because you sit around scared, your mental state is going to deteriorate with your body. If you start thinking of negative thoughts, you bring your mental state down, your frequency goes down, and that it starts messing with your health, because people start worrying. I'm laying around depressed, and and all of a sudden I got cancer and stuff. It's a mental state. You got to stay positive. You got to stay in the right mindset to overcome everything. I've learned that if I stay positive through anything and everything, I can conquer the world and just defeat any sickness if you just stay positive and keep your immune system up and eat good and stay on top of your health and just worry about yourself. So, yeah, we got all that going on, and behind the scenes, I don't know if anybody's noticed the political games that are being played, and it's getting out of control. I mean, it's to the point everybody this year got forced into politics because that's all that's going on is politics, politics, politics. So all this political stuff's going on behind the scenes, writing up stimulus packages while this is getting wrote up, and then Trump and Biden, and they're just distracting us because they're pulling our rights and they're just stomping all over our Constitution. And that's when it's to where I will not comply. I will not comply to the VAXX. I will not comply to anything in the Constitution getting stomped on my... Excuse me. I've got dry mouth. Let me get a drink here real quick. Over here ranting. But I will not comply to anything they're trying to do that is out of the norm, because we've had a certain way of living up until this year, and they're trying to change everything over what's going on this year. They're trying to change a lot of stuff. I will not comply to my first, like, I got deleted off YouTube for I think it was because I was speaking out in some of my videos about conspiracies, and they probably caught up to it and really dug into my channel, and I woke up one day, vanished. I have videos from 5 years ago on that when, stuff that was in my past that I really look forward to, watching in the future, all gone. When first day I started prepping, and I got a 55-gallon drum of water and stuff, and started my homestead out, and got my property and got my homestead and everything fired up, was all on that channel. First day I started canning, the first day I got chickens, the first day I started everything was on that channel. I should have backed it up with, another... Sorry, I just took a drink. Throat's dry. Should have backed it up with another, platform, but I didn't. I didn't think nothing of it. I just... A little small channel, 2,000 subscribers, and never thought nothing of it. Woke up one day, all gone. So I lost my freedom of speech right there. They tried saying I violated the guidelines, but I don't know how. Anyways, so this is a reaction to Penball Preparedness on YouTube, because I think I'm going to throw this over on Rumble as well, because I'm trying to put my videos, kind of spread them out here and there. Penball Preparedness on YouTube, starting up. I will not comply, because what's going on right now is we are losing a lot of our rights, and next thing we already know, our Second Amendment, our guns, everything's being messed with, and I believe they don't want us to have guns. If they control us with no guns, control our food, we're hit. They've got full control. So you control the food, you get guns away from us, we can't fight back. So I think, all of our rights are at risk right now, and then we got this Biden and Trump deal going on. I would rather Biden not get in the White House, because that's going to put a hyperspeed on stuff, because I do believe if Trump does get in there, he's going to put a little hold on what's actually going to unfold with this Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 stuff. So I'm hoping that Trump does get this figured out and gets back in there, but either way, shit's going to hit the fan with whoever gets elected. So everybody just get prepared for shit hits the fan whenever they figure out who's going to be the president, stuff like that. They're trying to lock more states down with this, the pandemic that's going on. And I'm not sitting here saying that nobody's dying, there's not something going on. Rest in peace to all the people that passed away. There's 2 people that passed away at my girlfriend's nursing home over last week. It was from flu-like symptoms, but they all failed or tested positive for COVID-19, that's because it's basically a flu with some, a name on it, a terrible name. And so I will not comply. And Penball, if you hear this, just get a hold of me. I'd like to get in touch with you, and we can network on this and go from there. This is a little drive home from work for me, and I'm just now getting to my stop. So, Indiana Prepper here. Like this video if you like it. If you're not down with what I'm saying and you think I'm some kind of wacko conspiracy theorist, then I'd look into looking up Agenda 2030, like the good old Bill Yates vax, what the real intentions is behind his vax, his TED Talks and stuff that he's got some bad intentions, so I'll just look into stuff, don't take anything I say and believe it. Do your own research. Look into some of the stuff I said tonight. Make sense of it yourself. But only thing I can do is tell you to prepare. I'm preparing. Just worry about your own household. I know that prepping, I know there's a lot of new preppers this year with what's going on. People are getting freaked out. People are getting scared. They're going to YouTube, looking up prepping. How to prep, how to go about it. My main thing to tell you is prep your mind. Get mentally prepared that things are screwed up and things could get bad and will. If the economy don't collapse and everything go to shit this year with the depression and stuff, then I don't know what year it's going to happen, but just prepare, get what you can as you can. I don't think this is going to crash down all at once. It's going to be a slower process, kill us slowly. We're just some frogs in the boiling pot, and it's just heating up. So just prep, get your preps in line, get things sorted out. Luckily, I'm prepped so much that I'm almost homesteading, so I'm blessed to prep for so long that I've got a small homestead type of deal going on, and I'm blessed for that. It's took a lot of money, a lot of work, a lot of effort, and everybody that's my new subscribers, stick with me. I'm gonna re-upload. I got a couple of old videos that I still have on this phone that recently put on my other YouTube that got demolished, but I'll upload those onto here, but a lot of stuff where I first got my homestead, first started prepping and everything, that is all gone. So I got to start from kind of scratch here and go from there. So Indiana Prepper, all I can tell you guys is just prepare. Don't get overwhelmed. Prepare your mind. Learn trades. Learn how to do things on your own. If you rely on somebody to change your oil at the tire plate, at the oil changing place, learn how to change your oil. If you got to rely on people to cook your food, learn how to cook your own food. It ain't always down to just immediately canning food. You got to learn the basics of life. If you rely on someone to, even cut your hair, learn how to, cut your own hair, or have your wife or husband cut your hair, and just small stuff that you could work on without freaking out and thinking you got to have everything all at once. Just do things slowly, not slowly, but each week, each payday. Say you get 2 cans of corn at the grocery store. Think, okay, I'm going to get double that. I'm going to get 4. And I did that for a while, and things built up to where you get your own pantry at your house. You ain't got to go to the grocery store for a month because you got everything that you eat each day, all your meals, you got them in your pantry, and it's basically like a mini grocery store at your house. And that is goals right there. So everybody just prepare, get your mind prepped, because things are getting shady out here, and I will not comply. Indiana Prepper, got the 3 P's going on. Stay positive, stay prepared, and stay proactive. Peace out, y'all. See you on the other side.